Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 40th edition of Alabama Primetime Live from yours truly, Jetson Johnson, and my partner in crime, Travion Ware, as we go over our takes on the latest news and notes on the Alabama Crimson Tide, all right here on Alabama, the voice of college football. And let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a wild ride. How you did tonight, good buddy?
Doing good on this Tuesday chilly evening. Doing good though, can't complain. Ready to jump in and break down all these topics for sure.
Oh, great, man. Like we're in for a good time for a long time, especially with what's going on in the world of college football. And we've got some merch coming your merch all right here, especially for a holly jolly Christmas. We've got the Bama, the trucker hats, the dad hats, the t-shirts, the heavyweight t-shirt, the sweatshirt, the polo shirt, the game day mug, the tumbler cup, and the king cooler. We've got it all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And we've got the YouTube membership tiers of Alabama at the Voice of College Football as well. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Crimson Faithful member, where you'll have a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments in the live chat, custom emoji to use in the comments in the live chat, and you get member shoutouts. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Sacred Disciple, where you'll have party replies to comments and access to monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey, at Only Talk Sports, and Travion Ware. And for $9.99 a month, you can become a Bear Bryant legend, where you can connect on social media with each of us, give out content requests of any kind. Neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor the weird weather of Bama will post stop this from fulfilling your content requests, all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And the loyalty badge, for example, you see our guy, Godfather of the SEC, giving out a hello and giving
Hey
out those
y'all.
wonderful emojis. We love, you get to have some awesome emojis when you become a YouTube member of Alabama with the Voice of College Football. You get to put them out. So there you go. And what is up, Steve? We are glad to see you tonight. Glad to see you, good buddy.
What's up,
We're
Steve? How you doing, man?
Here we go. It's always fun talking with old Steve. But we got recruiting updates. We got Kenneth Simon II and Miles Baker. We're trying to pad up some recruits for the 2027 recruiting class. And for Christmas, I would like Kenneth Simon II to come over to Bama over Tennessee. Even though he's from Brentwood Academy, even though he's got a little love for Tennessee, we're not giving up yet. We're not giving up yet. We don't care. We don't care. Oh,
Yeah,
so
what?
go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna get into our guy, Kenneth Smith II. We're talking about a linebacker, safety hybrid type of athlete on the defensive end. He was rated the number 33 safety in the 2027 recruiting class via Rivals. This is just a talented kid overall, 4-star type of defensive back. Like I said, kind of a hybrid build. So Kane Warmack, if he does get him to Tuscaloosa, he can play him at multiple positions and stuff like that. But yeah, just a highly coveted kid. I'm gonna get into him a little bit more. Yeah,
And we've got some highlights for you from Huddle of Kenneth Simon II, and from his junior season. We're gonna go ahead and pull them up. There you go. Oh, yikes! Yeah, he took that quarterback down with him.
yeah. Like I said, just he's kind of like a do it all athlete. You can put him on the edge and let him blitz the quarterback. Um, as we see, we're going to see him covering multiple defenders, multiple tight ends. You see him in the slot right there. Kind of just eyeing the quarterback. Being a quarterback's worst nightmare, because they're like, how are we going to throw around Kenneth Simmons and stuff like that? And this is the son of a former defensive back. His dad played for Tennessee. His dad, Kevin Simmons, and yeah, so a Tennessee bred kid that Alabama is definitely has their sights on. It's going to be kind of hard to get past the fact that his dad did play for Tennessee, and that does play a major factor. But you see it on film right there. This kid, he can move well side to side. He's very physical. You see the physicality right there. Being able to rough up the smaller receivers and things of that nature. And just the speed. You see, he's just everywhere where the ball is. He's a ball. So I can just imagine Kane Warmack and Coach Mo Linguist and some of Alabama's other defensive coaches, getting their hands on this type of kid because he
Oh
definitely
man, he
special for
was
sure.
forcing a fumble. Let's look back at that play. Let's look at the way he was doing it. Oh man. What's
Yeah,
going
you
through
see.
your mind through what he's doing? Like,
Yeah, I just when I see Simmons, it's just a kid that plays with a lot of effort. Always around the football. Like I said, that's something that Kalen DeBoer and Kane Warmack pride themselves when they look at these type of recruits and stuff like that. How does he play in space? How does he pop out on film? And like I said, he just everywhere around the football. You see, he started out
ooh.
on the inside, and he's already on the outside making those tackles and stuff like that. So this is just a high motor kid. I was looking at some of his stats from his junior season. The kid got over 7.5 pressures on the quarterback, over 50 tackles. You see just a rangy kid. You see him being able to just affect things from the inside, from the outside, back in the defensive backfield. And you see he's even got some punt return ability. He's returning punts right there.
Ooh, nice. Oh man. And we've got our good buddy Crimson Coverage coming in the chat tonight. Brody Smoot making that magic all right there. Says my guy's not sure if you've touched on him yet, but 2027 tight end Colt Lumpris is heavily trending towards Alabama. Nice. Oh, we're gonna go over
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Lumpris in just a bit
yeah,
after we get
yeah,
through talking about Miles Baker.
yeah. Just to Crimson next. I forgot to. Yeah, just to Brody's point though, I have heard of that tight end too, and with Alabama, you know, uh, having veteran tight ends in the tight end room now with Josh Cuevas and Danny Lewis both being older kids and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if they can get another tight end in that room because I mean Marshall Pritchard has looked good early on. Caleb Edwards has looked good early on, but Alabama is definitely going to need to replace and fill up. Get some more bodies in that tight end room. So that definitely could be a kid that Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb target. But yeah,
Oh
I've definitely
man.
I've been hearing some of those same things too. Though.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Lumpris. Like he's making that magic all over the place. All
Yeah,
love
we
over
got it.
here. You guys keep doing your thing. Respect the grind. Roll Tide. And a roll tide roll to you too, Crimson Coverage. Thank you for coming in the chat, good buddy. We appreciate you coming in a lot all right here on Alabama, the voice of college football.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you just for tuning in with us and stuff like that, giving us insights. Because I definitely have been hearing some things about Lumpus as we're finna see now when we go over his highlights and things like that. But this is just really just a big rangy kid, big catch radius. You look at some of the numbers he's had: over 812 yards, 44 receptions, and 8 touchdowns
Ooh.
in his junior season. So as we turn on this tape, I'm pretty sure we're about to see a kid that's just, you know, making catches all over the place, whether it's in the middle of the field. You see him right now lined up in the slot and just being able to run those intermediate routes and get over on the defense versus those smaller defensive backs.
Oh man. He's happy. He's celebrating right there. Oh man, there we go.
And you see just a big body like that at what is he, 6'5.5", almost 6'6", just a big body. So that's like a red zone target, and Alabama definitely needs those type of big bodies in the red zone. Uh, just for whoever the future quarterback may be and things of that nature. Because like I said, they do have some bodies in that tight end room, but I don't think they have one quite like this. He kind of is like the full package to me, just with versatility, being able to stretch the field inside, being able to be vertical and stuff like that, and as also we're also just gonna you can just see him just being able to be moved around on the perimeter. You can line him up on the left, you can line him up on the right, and it just looks like every time he gets in the end zone, he's just like a mismatch nightmare. So
Oh, there we
yeah,
go. He's watching his man. He's watching his
yeah, he
man.
just he just dominates the middle of the field. Yeah, he's one of those dudes that just dominates the middle of the field and kind of punishes those smaller defenders, as we can see right here, getting inside on the intermediate route and just running smooth over that defensive back. So having that size and stuff like that, that's definitely going to be something that Ryan Grubb can definitely utilize as they continue to recruit tight ends and also just get more of their guys in their class, whether that's the 2026 recruiting class or the 2027 recruiting class and moving forward. But this kid Lumpus right here, like I said, over 800 yards, over 8 touchdowns, 44 receptions. He looks like just like a security blanket. And the tight end is just so important in this Alabama offense. We saw it Saturday, not having Josh Cuevas and Ty Simpson. That's kind of his security blanket and his most trusted pass catcher. So
Ooh.
you see a kid like Rumpus, he's a little bit bigger than Cuevas, but he can do some of those same things. I think he looking. I'm trying to see who I would compare him to, just out of the tight ends or
Well,
tight
we
ends in
think.
general. He looking like a Kyle Pitts to me. Honestly, like I said, you see the size, 6'6", over 230 pounds. Can, like I said, just work in the inside on the hash marks on those smaller defensive backs and linebackers.
Oh man, he's good. I mean, I mean, I know that he's a 3-star, but shoot, he's more like a 5-star. He brings that 5-star energy.
Yeah, and I really just think it's his size. Like I said, a mismatch nightmare. I mean, he can be a 3-star all you want, but like you can't teach size. Now we're finna see him on the helping in pass protection and stuff like that, and that's definitely key with Alabama tight ends and how Ryan Grubb likes to make the tight end an extension of the run game, of the blocking game, and stuff like that. So we're seeing Lumpus, just distribute some of that pass blocking ability and stuff like that, and like I said, I just keep seeing him just attack the middle of the field. Like you see it right now. He's attacking the middle of the field. They cannot stop him. Like that just makes him a mismatch nightmare. I know I keep saying the same thing, but like it's obvious. Like you want to get him the football. That's definitely a dude you want to get the football in the media game, but especially in the red zone. And
Oh
he a
yeah.
junior, so he only gonna get bigger and stronger. So I'm just seeing a lot of just natural hands, just smooth route runner. He gets to his spots and just being able to use his size, kind of like a basketball player, jockey for position and stuff like that. Because like once the ball gets in his vicinity, from what I've seen and what I've heard about him so far, ain't nobody really messing with him
Uh-uh.
from a defender wise. They can't really hold him one on one. So
Oh, there
Lumpus
we
is yeah, Lumpus is definitely a kid. Like I said, just attacking the middle of that field, man. He gives any type of quarterback that Alabama's going to have in the future, whether it's Keelan Russell, Jet Tamala, or just other quarterbacks. He gives them that security blanket, that big window over the middle of the field. Like Lump is down there somewhere. That's what the quarterback is moving like. Lump is down there somewhere. You can see it.
Oh, he's watching. There we go. Boom. Oh, he's fast. He's really fast.
He middle of the field demon. he a demon in the middle of the field. Like that's his that's his territory, man. Like I said, they just you seeing that the coaches that his high school coach knows that he is a threat in the middle of the field because that's where all his catches and highlights will come from. And you see on the hash mark and stuff like that. So he's vertical threat, just big body kid. So
Oh,
if Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer could get their hands on this kid, that would be great. I mean, I'm trying to see who his other schools of interest are. I mean,
well, Boston College is
mm,
interested in him. Florida is interested. Florida State and Duke are interested in him. Illinois, yeah, apparently Illinois is on that list. Michigan, Maryland, Missouri, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Rutgers, Syracuse, Tennessee, Wake Forest, Wisconsin, Temple, and
mm.
UConn are interested in him.
Yeah, I can definitely see why he's garnering so much interest and stuff like that. We just saw him show some of that elusiveness as well. You seeing him motion out through the backfield and make the first man miss. I think that's very important. Having that receiving tight end, being able just like I said, you see him just run those small intermediate routes and stuff like that. It's That's a
Oh,
skill, especially in this Alabama offense with how they use Josh Cuevas, with how they used tight ends in the past. He definitely fits that mold from a pass catcher standpoint. And then, like I said, just with his size, he's gonna be a natural blocker for sure. I can just tell that now.
oh yeah. Oh, he's watching his man again. Like, I'll be honest, my favorite highlight from watching of this highlight reel of Colt Lumpers is when he knocked down the defender just by just running over him at the
Yeah, and
40
that's what.
mark.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what you're gonna see with this kid. Like I said, just a big body kid that just uses his size and you defenders they got to make a business decision when they line up against him because he's just that physical, that type of specimen, and just over the field. Like I don't think like obviously at the high school level can't nobody guard him over the field, but he you could tell he just has that size that he's going to be able to go up against those type of linebackers, go up against those type of safeties, and still be able to win over the top. I'm seeing it just with his just mentality after the catch and things like that. Like he just all the yak after the catch and stuff. And like I said, just some of that versatility lining up in the backfield. He just took the hand off, huh?
There we
Yeah,
go.
you could tell he's just their do it all type of player. Like he just do it all for them. So to have a player like that on this Alabama offense, potentially with what Alabama is losing in the new year and so on, I think that would be big for sure. So it'd be interesting to see if Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Coach Ellis can get Lumpus in Tuscaloosa because like uh like my guy Brody said at Crimson Coverage, Alabama is definitely high on his radar. So just gonna be interesting to see if they can get him in Tuscaloosa in the spring for like a visit or you know things of that nature.
Oh, I think we can get him. I think we can get him to come on over to Tuscaloosa. Like I believe we can because if we were able to flip a lot of guys throughout the recruiting cycle before 2025 started, and we've done it before throughout years past, we could do it again. I believe in our ability to do so.
Yeah, it'll just be Kalen DeBoer. He's been able to bring in a couple strong recruiting classes now, just not getting his second recruiting class under his belt. He's continued to not gonna say he's picked up where Saban left off, but he's been able to get his guys in Tuscaloosa especially over this second recruiting class, and as he continues to build his culture, because it's only his second year in Tuscaloosa, so he's getting more and more of his guys there. So hopefully Lumpus can be one of those guys because we definitely can see the talent from a pass catcher standpoint, just with his attitude and also just in the blocking game, whether that's run blocking, pass blocking, stuff like that. So Colt Lumpus is definitely a name that Alabama fans definitely want to keep their eye on. We're definitely gonna be hearing some more from Lumpus again in the coming recruiting in the coming months, really.
Oh man, he chews up defenders like a chicken nugget. Like he's beating their eyes out. And I can tell you right now, we definitely need to make sure we get a guy like that dominating the rest of the 2020s, man. Because I can tell you, I'm already just getting excited thinking about like 2030 NFL draft. Just thinking about Alabama tight end Colt Lumpers. I can see it now. It's gonna be a fun night, and I think we can get him. We can get him some nays. Like, come on over and win some ball games. Come on with us and beat some Bulldogs. Beat the Auburn Tigers and Tennessee Volunteers. Come on over to Tuscaloosa. And finally, we've got Miles Baker, and he is a 4-star safety. We got this report from Oregon Ducks on Sports Illustrated where he is saying that he is likely to be choosing between Oregon, Alabama, LSU, Arizona State, Michigan, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Spoke to On3 about his recruitment and the departure of Tosh leaving for Cal. That's going to have a little bit of something to do of why Oregon's not going anywhere. Oh, thank you, Coach Burts. I appreciate it. That's my True Grit pullover. And Travion's got the awesome SEC logo on his shirt, and he's got that awesome hat. Like it's awesome right there, man. And
Yeah, but to get more into Miles Baker, you talk about uh, a kid highly recruited in his class, 5-star safety.
Sierra Canyon High School from Chatsworth,
Yeah,
California. And he is a two-way player who flashed at running back and receiver, and he's a multi-sport athlete. And he also plays basketball. Could we get him to
mm.
play some basketball and football at the same time? Crossing our fingers, hoping that happens.
No,
That
I'm kind of wanting to more keep him on the safety side. Just well, we're about to see what this kid can do at his side. What does it say here? 6'3.5".
oh yeah,
Yeah, six
and
three and a half, 215 build, I think, from what I read. Yeah, but this kid, just like Kenneth Simmons, the other safety we looked at earlier, this kid just plays with an attitude. In that Alabama second, I mean, he plays with an attitude that he can bring to that Alabama secondary and really just be an impact player. You see, Kane Warmack isn't scared to play these young type of players. So as we can see, like we're seeing here now, he's really just a ball hawk. Wherever the ball at, you're gonna see him at.
oh, there we go. Like you say, he's a ball
Kind
hog.
of
Oh,
and he's kind of just playing center field back there. He's good ball tracking skills, taking good angles and stuff like that. And you see some of the offensive paralysis he brings as a running back. I don't know how exactly Alabama is recruiting him. I know that they would be recruiting him more than likely as a safety, but Alabama can get all the help that they need at running back. But still the same. Getting back to Baker, you just see him being able to take these different angles, come up and initiate the contact. As you can see, he just knocked his head off.
oh
Bad.
man. Like bro went for the genjutsu on that play. He went for the genjutsu. Oh man, here we go. And it's a touchdown. Oh man, Like that'd be so cool if we can get him over to Bama.
And
Like that'd be
and
so
you
cool.
and you see just his ability to be able to blitz and kind of be a spy on the quarterback. I envision him playing a little bit more husky in this Alabama defense. He kind of fits that type of mold of what Kane Warmax likes to do with his defensive backs that are kind of a bit more hybrid type of defensive backs. Baker, you see, he's able to drop back. He's able to his route recognition well, and like you said, he's just a head on it. You see, he every time he can take a kill shot, he's taking that kill shot. So,
Oh
and
man.
just great ball skills, just being able to track those balls and make plays on the balls, whether it's a deflection, whether it's an interception, whether it's knocking the defender's head loose. You see, he's just able to do that, and he's like a tornado to me. Don't let the much get past him. And like we said, the kid also plays running back too. So the fact that he does have that type of speed and stuff, I think that's also just adds to the type of player he is. Obviously, you play offense and defense. He should be able to, move well with the ball in his hand. So that's also another plus. He just a
And
rover, just coming down, causing havoc.
boom.
Yeah, yeah, and with Baker, he's kind of in that. Like I said, he's in that husky spot. So for Alabama fans, they can kind of imagine like a Red Morgan, like a Deshaun Jones type of role. You see him playing in the box, coming up, making a lot of tackles and stuff like that. And Kane Warmack, that's when you're a Husky in his type of defense, you play a big role. So Baker could definitely come to Alabama and play a big role. You see, he's not afraid of contact. He plays fast. He plays physical. He shows willingness to come up and uh, uh, make tackles in the run game. A lot of the defensive backs don't like to tackle in the run game, and when you play defensive back, particularly Husky in Alabama's defense, like I said, that's the job of the Husky. They're gonna have to come up and make those type of tackles. They're gonna have to guard those bigger defenders, whether it's a tight end, whether it's a running back, or just a receiver, and getting to the second level. So this kid already just displaying all those type of traits and stuff like that. So, and I think that's what Kane Warmack is looking for when he recruits these type of defensive backs traits. And Baker, he is flashing a lot of those traits. Like I said, playing in sort of that Red Morgan role, sort of that Deshaun Jones role, and being able to be a threat. Just in the secondary. So Baker definitely has that capability for sure.
Oh, there it is. There's some of the plays where he's a wide receiver. There we go. Boom. Oh, he didn't get touched. You know what? That's okay. He was taking a man down with him. Boom.
Yeah, just like I said, just his ability to come up and make plays. That's what really just stands out to me. Just the hustle and the motor and relentlessness. You're seeing that his teammates are benefiting off of his motor and things of that nature. So this is definitely the type of player that I can see a Kane Warmack. He get his hands on this type of player.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Boom. Oh, fumble, fumble. Oh man, he forced a fumble on that guy. He's like, nope, not today, buddy. You're a little late, partner. Boom. As they say, if you really want, if you want to fish, you gotta teach somebody how to fish. But I'll find that saying later. But
Yeah, but with Baker, he a hunter. You don't have to teach him how to hunt. He's doing the hunting. You see, like I said, just he seeks contact. He's not running from any defender, whether it's a running back, a tight end, or just a big bodied offensive player. So Baker, he definitely has that ability. Like I said, it's just a lot of covering and being able to be physical in your pursuit to the ball. He does a lot of those things. So Kane Womack, if he is able to get his hands on a player like that with those traits, that definitely could do some wonders for Alabama because they're going to be losing a couple players in the future. Obviously, year to year, you got to revamp the roster and stuff like that. But Baker is definitely a player that can help you do that. So hopefully, Alabama can keep him close in the recruiting ranks as we move into 2026 and get him to Tuscaloosa and let him see what it's like, and really get these kids on board. But
Oh,
he
here we
definitely a player that you definitely want to keep an eye out on moving forward and as we move into 2026.
agreed. But we've got a message from Mark Rogers, and after that, we got some breaking news on one of the recruits we just covered.
Hmm.
Roll it, Chester.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
There we go. And that's why you go to Mark Rogers, Steve Dace, Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek for those top-notch bets for the world of college football, and Steve Merrill for those under-the-radar picks of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we've got breaking news. Colt Lumpers has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide for
Oh man.
27. Oh my God.
Oh man. That's just like I said. Just to get a kid like that. It's kind of what I was saying earlier. Just with his size and ability and things like that, you definitely going to get a kid. Get a kid in that can contribute. This is a kid that can contribute from day one in my eyes. Just his ability to attack the middle of the field, as I stated earlier, and being able just to make defenders pay with his big size. I think that's a big sign for Kalen DeBoer in his 2020 2027 class, because you got to look at what Alabama is losing in the tight end room. I mean, they Josh Cuevas, a senior, Danny Lewis, another senior. Obviously, they still have Marshall Pritchard and Caleb Edwards and other dudes and other options in the other recruiting classes and stuff like that. But Carl Lumpus, this is definitely a dude that can make an impact from day one, just with his size. Like I said, it's the size that stands out to me. I mean, we just saw it on film. Just being able to make those small defenders pay. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb can dial up when they are scheming to get this kid involved. But this definitely a good addition for the Alabama offense. Especially with signing day just wrapping up, being able to get his commitment is definitely key. So I'm excited
Oh,
to hear about that. And
it's amazing. Like it was like we were just talking about it, and then boom. It's like a lot of us are just speaking it into existence, and it's like, there we go. And I want to ask you. He talks about Psalm 118:6. Have you ever read that quote of Psalm 118:6?
Man, I don't remember it directly, but
It
pretty
is.
sure I've read it before.
The quote is, "The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me?" I like that quote. I think that's pretty good. Like I thought that was a pretty cool quote right there. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to see this young man coming over to Alabama, and I think he's gonna love being a part of the Crimson Tide. He's gonna enjoy, and he's blessed, and we're blessed to have him with us, and we're so happy that he is a part of the Crimson Tide nation, part of the Crimson Tide family. And it's I am at a loss for words for excitement for this young man. He is going to enjoy being a part of Tuscaloosa. That I do know.
Yeah, I'm just excited. Like I said, just what he can bring to the offense. Like I said, just size and just a violent pass catcher, something Alabama definitely needs in their pass catching arsenal, and he can definitely bring those type of things to Tuscaloosa for sure. So I'm definitely glad that our guy over at our guy over at Crimson Coverage, Brody, he kind of spoken into the atmosphere, and we seeing that it played out in real time on air. So definitely happy to get Copeland and get him in Tuscaloosa for sure.
Oh man, it's Christmas time in Hollis Square. Da, 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 da. And oh man, it's like I've got like all kinds of music going in my head right now. I got I got that song in my head, and I got the Iron Man Black Sabbath song in my head. I mean, just like hearing, you know, the awesomeness of Lumpers coming over to Bama, and it's like I love that quote of Psalm 118:6 from him. Like it's pretty cool, and oh man, it's just so awesome. He's gonna be able to make all kinds of magic here in Tuscaloosa. Oh man. And of course, we've got more magic from you coming your way, all right here at the Voice College Football, because you know you're shopping on Amazon, right? It's Christmas time, the holidays are here. You're preparing for that. You're preparing to go see your parents. You're preparing to go see your in-laws. You're preparing to see your siblings, your kids, everybody, your loved ones. And you got to get something cool for Christmas, right? You're obviously shopping on Amazon. So come on in and use that link to support the Voice College Football. You don't need to buy the product displayed, it doesn't cost you a penny, and you get the same shopping experience. And let me tell you, it's going to be a fun, wild ride. I knew I was forgetting something to put on the outline, and what it is what we think the 2026 SEC schedule, because like it's not announced yet, right? It's going to be announced at 7 p.m. Central Time Thursday night on SEC Network. We know who we're going to play. We know that LSU is on the schedule, but not known as an annual opponent. Mississippi State is back on the schedule for 2026. We're back. We're obviously having Tennessee on the third Saturday in October. We're obviously having Auburn on rivalry week. We're going to 9 conference games for the SEC. And just to kind of like get a final check on 2026 before it's announced. If you were making the SEC schedule right now, Trevion, where would you say where would you put Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, Texas A&M, Kentucky, LSU, Mississippi State, and Vanderbilt? Like, because I mean, I know like we would have like Auburn on rivalry week and Tennessee on the third Saturday in October, but Where would you have these other games set for?
I mean, with the Georgia and Alabama game, that's traditionally been a October game. It's traditionally been Alabama's first SEC conference game over the past two seasons. Me personally, I would probably keep it in October, just to give Alabama that first test. But as we've seen over the past two seasons, they play Georgia, and they kind of teeter off. I don't know from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, but it is a good test to see where Alabama is. That Georgia is traditionally usually their first test of the season. So I would say I want to keep it in October, but I do want to move that game a little bit down. Honestly, I mean, obviously I don't have any say, but I would like to see Georgia later on in the year. So we can later on in the year, opposed to seeing them in week 4 like they have the past two seasons. Just so really just so they can just be tested. I mean, Alabama is tested every week regardless, but really would like to see them play Georgia at a later time in the year, and really just to see what that'll do, because like I said, just been noticing the pattern over the past two seasons. After they play Georgia, things either go really well or really bad. So I mean, that don't have really much to do with it, but I would like to play them later on in the season, probably closer to September to November. But it's been pretty good in October. But if I had to say, definitely want to play them closer to November.
Oh, agreed. I like that idea. And, I really wish they could have like Georgia Auburn on like 2 weeks before rivalry week like they used to. But I know they're never going to go back to that because then Auburn will pitch a fit. But I mean, what are they going to do? Not participate in the postseason? Okay.
And
But
like they get there anyway.
I couldn't help but fire a shot at Auburn. It's fun to do, but it's like
Yeah, but just going down Alabama's 2026 schedule. Obviously, we got the usual suspects from LSU, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. Play Texas A&M in 2026, or I mean, I'm
yep,
trying to. I can't.
yep,
Okay, okay. I would probably like to open the SEC. Alabama to open it up with Georgia these past 2 years. I would like to open it up with Texas A&M. Probably, honestly, you
yeah.
know, that still gives them. Marcel Reed is going to be back for Texas A&M next year. They're still going to have a lot of the weapons that they have, so that's still going to be a good test for Alabama on the defensive side of the ball and just overall. But if I had a choice, me personally, I would like to open up with Texas A&M and kind of schedule Georgia a little bit back towards later in the season. But I mean, then again, you lose later in the season, that kind of hurts your rankings in the college football playoff. I mean, obviously you never want to lose, but those late losses obviously way heavier. I mean, all losses way heavy, but it's when you lose, and we saw that with the college football playoff committee. So um, I said I want to play Georgia later, but then again, it's like, but Alabama always matches up well with Georgia in the regular season. I mean, what we saw this weekend was kind of like an anomaly performance with all the injuries that they had on the offensive side, defensive side of the ball. But I think it would be some benefit playing Georgia in the latter half of the season, but we'll see how things pan out on Thursday when the official schedule is released. We'll have that for you here on the Voice of College Football at the Alabama channel. But then I'm just looking at seeing East Carolina and stuff like that. We saw Alabama kind of teeter with their schedule last week. With the whole scheduling out of conference games and stuff like that. So Eastern Carolina and Florida State. I mean, those aren't game breakers, but still a decent way to open up the season. Versus, I mean, we see other teams open up their season in different ways. So Alabama could go a lot of ways with how they do their scheduling, but I think Eastern Carolina and Florida State would be decent openers to open the season, especially Florida State at home. Considering what happened this past season and stuff like that, and Florida State, them still retaining a lot of that coaching staff and still having Tommy Castellanos and some of those weapons and stuff like that. So it'll be cool to see Alabama take on Florida State for that home opener. Uh, yeah, but definitely a lot of intriguing matchups on this schedule right here for sure.
Oh, that's for sure, man. Like I'm just like I'm counting down to the revenge game against Florida State on September 19th, but I'm also counting down to when that revenge date against Georgia's gonna be because I am so ready to beat
I
that
mean,
bulldog. I'm ready to beat that bulldog ass.
I mean that still could be handled in this postseason. I mean, Alabama and Georgia still could potentially see each other again in the they they still could see each other potentially again in the playoffs. I mean, they are on the same side of the bracket and stuff like that. Of course, Alabama has to take care of business with Oklahoma first in Norman on Saturday, but then it once they do take care of the Sooners, then they will play Indiana in the quarterfinals, and then they could potentially play Oregon in the third round as a lead off to the college football national championship bit. But obviously, it'll be interesting to see how they can perform in these playoffs because as we touched on it yesterday, the offense hasn't looked how we needed to look. But I mean, that's a different topic for a different day. But in terms of that Georgia rematch, though, we could see that in January. Honestly, we that's still on. It's still on the table. It still could happen. I mean, it would take a lot to happen, but it still could happen.
Oh, that'd be cool. Alabama, Georgia, and the Natty for matchup number 3. That'd be nice. Make it
No, no,
sick.
it'll be the third. It'll be after the quarterfinals because, like I said, Alabama and Georgia are on the same side of the bracket, kind of. So they will run into each other before the Natty. So
Oh, great. That'd be so cool. I want to see some revenge so bad. Oh man, I don't want to
yeah,
wait a year, but
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of the mindset, just focus on who you playing right now. I mean, the revenge is right in front of Alabama to be had in Oklahoma. Literally, Oklahoma just came to Tuscaloosa over 3.5 weeks ago, and they stole a victory. And that's how I'm gonna describe it. They definitely stole a victory. You give them 17 points on 3 turnovers and stuff like that. So
there you
revenge
go.
is definitely revenge is definitely in sight. So and I ain't and me when I talk about revenge, I'm not really picky. It's all the same to me. So
There we go, man. And to put a bow on episode 40 of Alabama Primetime Live, our number 12, our team in men's basketball is number 12. We're going against the number 1 Arizona Wildcats Saturday night. Crossing my fingers for a number 1 upset.
yeah, that's going to be an intriguing matchup. Arizona is favored to win. 60. They're favored to win by 63.8% chance. It's some intriguing matchups in that game. Alabama obviously wants to limit or stop if they can. Arizona's starting guard, his name is Cole Pete. He averages 15 points. He shoots over 50%, 56% from the field. So being able to contain him and either making him a passer or a scorer, that's going to be key for sure. But it's going to be interesting to see how Alabama performs versus number 1 Arizona because Nate Oates he does have this team battle tested. I mean, we've seen Alabama go into Madison Square Garden and beat number 5 ranked
St.
St. John's.
John's.
Yeah, we've seen Alabama take care of business. And I forgot who they played early in the season. They they
Oh, we
they like
we played Illinois. That I do know. I think I know we won that one. We didn't look so good against Purdue. Obviously, like they had us beat on rebounds.
Yeah, and that's something that Coach Nate Oates has been preaching this whole season. Alabama's ability to rebound. They have a lot of talented guards. They have a lot of talented forwards and stuff like that. But rebounding has definitely been something that has been Alabama's Achilles heel over the past couple seasons, and it's really been reasons why that they haven't been able to take the next step in their pursuit for a national championship. They've gotten back to multiple Final Fours, but rebounded and not being able to get those extra possessions have definitely hurt Alabama on the offensive and defensive glass. So I would definitely like to see a player like a Bolden, Alabama's forward from Florida State. I would like to see him get active more on the glass. I also want to see Amari Allen, Alabama's talented true freshman. He's like a small forward, a wing small forward. I look at him as like a 3-and-D type of guy, but definitely want to see him get more involved on the boards too, and just all Alabama's front court because that's just something that they struggle with. Because like I said, they got all the pieces in terms of like backcourt. They got LeBaron Philemon, that's their lead guard. He averages over 20 points a game. He's been he's been one of the best guards in the SEC all season thus far. He's looking more and more like a lottery pick. Him and Amari Allen, I look at those players. I think they're lottery picks. And also they also have Aiden Holloway and also just got Jaleel McVay back, the other transfer guard from Miami. So like I said, they have all the firepower at the guard position, at the in the backcourt and on the wings and stuff like that. But is it for them to have any type of chance versus number one Arizona State, they're gonna have to rebound. Like that's obvious. Like especially you being on the road, facing the number one team, rebounds are gonna be detrimental. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Nate Oates can get that front court to be a factor on the glass and really rebound and really get Alabama those extra possessions on offense they need to cut the difference because I think Arizona State is favored by 7.5 to win this game. I'm not sure. I think that's what I looked at last time, but like I said, ESPN is giving them a 63.8% chance to win this game. So that leaves Alabama with not probably like a 40ish% chance. So rebounding is definitely going to be key in that matchup for sure.
Oh, it will be. That's for sure. We gotta get better at those rebounds. Like we gotta make sure we don't play like we did against Purdue and Gonzaga. We gotta make sure we show Arizona who's the true boss of college basketball, and that is us. We're us, and Arizona will be not.
Yeah, I mean Alabama is turning more and more to a basketball school. I mean, not a basketball school, more so like an everything you type of school. We're seeing Nate Oates being able to implement more and more of his winning culture on Alabama athletics through the basketball team. And obviously the football team is doing what they need to do. But like I said, for them to have a chance versus Arizona State, just got to capitalize and capitalize on their glass and get those extra possessions. You never want to give a team like Arizona State extra possessions. That's just extra chances to beat you. So Alabama's
Exactly.
going to have to play. They're going to have to play scrappy on the defensive end and really be efficient on the offensive end. I think LeBaron Philemon, he'll be able to do that and he'll be able to lead that Alabama offense uh, versus Arizona. So, but those are really the keys for Alabama being the underdog versus the number one team in the nation. So, got to put some respect on Arizona. They number one for a reason. So, you know,
Oh, great. And you want to know what's really cool? And I just found this out tonight. And sounds like I better do some more research on this particular sport, women's basketball. Because look at this. We're unbeaten. We're unbeaten in women's basketball. We're just thriving
Yeah,
everywhere. Let's freaking
yeah,
go.
yeah. Honestly, I didn't even know that. Honestly, I ain't even gonna try to act like I know. I did not know that. I mean, I paid a good attention to the Alabama basketball women's team last year. I know they had some decent players. Like
They
uh
had Barker last
yeah,
season.
yeah, they had Barker, then they had Aaliyah Nye. That's kind of my favorite player, who they had last year. She's a Alabama 3 point 3 point leading she leads Alabama. She leads the Alabama women's program in 3 pointers made. I think she just finished her rookie season with the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA, and they won the WNBA title. So winning pedigree coming from the Alabama women's basketball to the WNBA, and we're just seeing winners all around from the hardwood to the football field. So really exciting time for Alabama overall. Just to be an Alabama fan, to be a viewer, just in general. So,
Let's
uh, it's expecting some good things from our Alabama basketball team. Uh, Looking forward to see how Alabama further prepares themselves as they get ready to match up against Oklahoma in Norman in the coming days. I think it's 10 days from today. Uh,
yeah.
on that Friday, December 20th, um, 7 p.m. kickoff. Yeah, but we didn't even. Yeah, we kind of touched over it yesterday. What Alabama needed to do, to get that revenge versus Oklahoma, because Oklahoma has won the last 2.5 games. So
There we go. And you're gonna see we're gonna bring on some Oklahoma people for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be making sure that don't you worry. We will be pretty it's it's likely gonna be Chad, Tierney, and Josh, or you could see some different faces, but you know, we're gonna be taking you through a fun ride for a good time for a long time, all right here on Alabama at the Voice College Football. That we promise you. Trev, what you got going on, good buddy?
um, really not much. Honestly, really not much. It's kind of a down week, like you said. Not a lot of ball games start next week. I'm really just gonna tune into this Alabama basketball. Show the basketball team some love and stuff like that. Might even go to a game if I'm in town. Do they play Gonzaga here on Saturday, or is it in? I,
No,
I say Gonzaga. Do they play Arizona?
we already play Gonzaga.
No, I'm saying, do they play Arizona here, or is it a road game?
We play Arizona this Saturday at 8:30.
It's here.
Legacy Arena at
I ain't going.
BGCC in
I
Birmingham.
in Birmingham. Oh, I might be able to make that on.
Oh,
Depending
nice.
on what ticket, depending on what tickets are looking like. If not, I'll be watching from the couch. But yeah, obviously I don't have a lot really going on this week. With college football being down this week and teams preparing for bowl games and stuff like that. But normally I write about these type of events and stuff like that. So really a down week for me. But really just enjoying my spare time right now. Don't really have much to look forward to, honestly. But
There you go, man. Tell your friends, family, and cashiers post about the magic that Trevion Ware is creating on TWare1K on /Twitter. Let's get him over to Instagram because I guarantee he'll be able to make all kinds of magic there as well. And you can check me out on Jetson Johnson 979, where I've got numerous episodes of the Jacksonian coming your way, including an upcoming one with Rock and Rant from CFB Express, talking about the Miami Hurricanes getting in the playoffs, talking about the state of the ACC versus Notre Dame, who wins and who loses in the long term. That we will be talking about all right there. And tomorrow night on SEC Live, Tucker, Josh, Andrew, and myself are joined by Adam Spencer from Saturday Down South. All right there. And for more updates, what I've got going on SEC at the Voice of College Football, Alabama, Voice of College Football, Jacksonian. Once, twice a week appearances on Lockdown West Virginia, Mountaineer Paul, and once, twice a week calls on the Feinbaum Show. Check me out, Jats VOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and Threads, Jats543 908. And with that being said, we wish y'all a happy Tuesday night, and to stay safe, stay warm. It's cold out. And to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss no video whatsoever, and share that link with all your friends and family. And we will be seeing y'all Thursday night on the Alabama College Show, 9 p.m. Central Time. And roll!